Danshi Kiwal. This is Grandmother Wind, or Andrea Menard, or Notagoyutin in Cree, with another message from the Patchwork Grandmothers. And the Patchwork Grandmothers are my ancestral teachers from the spirit world who have a bigger perspective of our lives here on the earth plane than we do. And so for those of you who've never been here before, welcome. And I hope you'll tune in and join our tribe at andreamenard.com to join us every week. So the message this week from the Patchwork Grandmothers is to know your own size. Now, a friend of mine maybe coined that term for me when he had come up with the idea playing with the mirror message, which is objects in mirror appear closer than they are or something. And so it's playing with the size. But the Patchwork Grandmothers have been playing with this phrase a few times for me, because in the last week I have got together with several groups of people. And one of them was with women, and one woman was recognizing that we were all celebrating the success of this one woman. She was a phenomenal Indigenous woman who was doing good things in the world, making big changes. And one of the women particularly felt that in her presence, even though we were all celebrating and happy for her, that we shrunk, and she in particular felt smaller. So she was forgetting that this other woman was equally changing the world in leaps and bounds, and she completely forgot her contribution because it wasn't the same contribution as the other person. So I had a few messages about that this week. So I think it's worthy of about talking about is that we don't know our own size, and chances are you don't know your own size. Is that because sometimes your own life can be banal or boring or same old, you don't recognize it from someone else's perspective. You don't know because you have taken every hard step to accomplish what you accomplished. You've actually sludged through the hard stuff, to find any success. So it feels like, oh, really? Oh, yay. You get to see the good part. But, we don't recognize that our hard work actually is visible to other people, especially when the outcome happens or occurs. So just like the Patchwork Grandmothers tell us, can see us they're from outside our perspective. So we're thinking our lives are banal and boring and, maybe not as exciting as that person's or that person's. The Patchwork Grandmothers say what you are doing, what your contribution is to the whole would blow you away. So know your own size, because you can't see it. And even in a circle of humans who are our friends, are your friends, you forget your own size. So imagine how most people are walking the planet forgetting their own size, forgetting that they're pretty huge when it comes to making change and beauty in this planet. And if individually, one by one, we forget our own size, we're shrinking ourselves. Our vision of ourselves is more like this. Hello, hello. Instead of full frame close up. Because it's all a matter of perspective. Is that your friends and your loved ones can see your contribution. They can see your full size. It's you that forget sometimes. And maybe your friends do. We won't go there right now. Yeah, of course, sometimes your friends and family forget. But you're the one who probably forgets more often. So let this be a reminder for you to just keep doing what you're doing. You don't have to change a thing, except maybe your perspective. Is that instead of feeling like you are tiny and not offering much to the world and could be doing better, and maybe all those things are true. Absolutely. But just so you know, you don't have to do much to be worthy of taking up full frame, to be worthy of being the lead in your own life, because you're worthy of it. You have a huge contribution. You are a sacred being, and the Patchwork Grandmothers are saying you have no idea at how sacred you are. You come from a sacred lineage all the way back to the beginning of creation. And we are family. So as a family member, I'm going to remind you today how huge you are, at how big you are, at how larger than life you are. So own that, remember that, and walk your path as though you know that. Because chances are when you forget, the thing is that you're still living large. You're still beautiful. And all of creation celebrates your path. So know your own size. Walk with dignity and sacredness, because that is who you are. You are a sacred being, and I love you and I'm grateful for you. Thank you. We'll see you next time. Bye.